What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com. Here are my DFS picks for NBA Friday, November 1st. These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our new videos. In this video, I'm going to go over my top picks for today's NBA slate. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the Draft Dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made. Okay, who do we have at the point guard position? I like Spencer Dinwiddie from the Brooklyn Nets playing the Houston Rockets, who have the second worst defense overall, and they give up the 9th most fantasy points to opposing point guards. Spencer Dinwiddie has averaged 29 fantasy points per game on the season, but he's been heating up, scoring 32, 36, and 34 fantasy points in his last 3 games, averaging 25 minutes per game on the season. He has a 30% usage rate. He's only going to be about 2% owned, projected at 27.7 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5.2 times value. He's $5,300 DraftKings salary and $600 more on FanDuel. Vegas thinks there's going to be 242 points scored in this game, so that's a high game total. This is a home game, a fast-paced game, so I like Spencer Dinwiddie here versus the Houston Rockets. Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching. If you want to enter the drawing for $100 PayPal, all you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won, and then we'll send you $100 PayPal. So it's that easy, and we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video. So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you. Okay, who do we have at the shooting guard position? I like Derrick Rose from the Detroit Pistons playing the Chicago Bulls, who have the 9th worst defense overall, and they give up the second fewest fantasy points to opposing shooting guards. Derrick Rose has scored 32.4 fantasy points per game on the season. He scored 32 fantasy points last game in 20 minutes. He's averaging 26 minutes per game on the season with a 37% usage rate. He's going to be about 7% owned, projected at 33.8 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5.9 times value. He's $5,700 DraftKings salary and the same price on FanDuel. Vegas thinks there's going to be 216.5 points scored in this game. Derrick Rose left the last game with a hamstring injury, but he should be fine. So I like Derrick Rose here versus the Chicago Bulls. If the hamstring injury concerns you, take a look at Jordan Clarkson. He's a nice pivot play off of Derrick Rose, although it looks like Clarkson is a point guard / small forward on DraftKings and a shooting guard on FanDuel. So kind of confusing across the two sites, but Jordan Clarkson is averaging about 20 fantasy points per game on the season. He scored 23 to 24 fantasy points in his last 3 games, and he played 25 minutes in the last 2. He has a 29% usage rate on the season. He's going to be about 13% owned, projected at 26.6 fantasy points here tonight. That's 7 times value because his salary is only $3,800 DraftKings salary and $600 more on FanDuel. So I like Jordan Clarkson here versus the Indiana Pacers. Okay guys, if you're getting any value from this video, please hit that red subscribe button. We put out new fantasy basketball videos every single day. So if you hit that subscribe button and ring that bell notification, you won't miss out on any of our new fantasy basketball and fantasy football videos. Tons of free stuff coming your way. It only takes a second, and it helps us push out more fantasy content for you guys to consume each and every day. It's because of you subscribers that make this possible. So thank you for supporting this channel. Okay, who do we have at the small forward position? I like Bojan Bogdanovic from the Utah Jazz playing the Sacramento Kings, who have the 8th worst defense overall and give up the 9th most fantasy points to opposing small forwards. Bojan Bogdanovic has scored 34.2 fantasy points per game on the season. He's coming off of a subpar game Only 21 fantasy points in 30 minutes last game, but he put up 44 and 37 in the 2 games before that. He's averaging 28 minutes per game on the season with a 30% usage rate. He's going to be about 10% owned, projected at 29.8 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5.5 times value. He's 5,400 DraftKings salary and 100 less on FanDuel. Vegas thinks there's going to be 214 points scored in this game. This is a nice matchup. Bojan's got big upside, so I like Bojan Bogdanovic here versus the Sacramento Kings. Real quick, guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all of our DFS tools for all sports. You can try the position optimizer where you can see the top players ranked for each position. And we added a new player trends tool where you can see the top salary differences between FanDuel and DraftKings. It's a really good tool to help you pick out value for the site that you're playing on. Oh, and if you're tired of doing research every day, we just added a cheat sheet that shows hand-picked plays for the slate. No confusing stat lines, no headaches, just a simple cheat sheet that shows the absolute best players for your lineups. Okay, who do we have at the power forward position? I like Maxi Kleber from the Dallas Mavericks playing the LA Lakers, who have the 3rd best defense overall, and they give up the 3rd fewest fantasy points to opposing power forwards. Maxi Kleber has averaged 22.8 fantasy points per game on the season, but take a look at the last 3. 24, 29, 32 fantasy points in the last game. He's averaging 27 minutes per game on the season. He had a 21% usage rate last game, projected at 23.1 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5.8 times value. He's only 4,000 DraftKings salary and 900 more on FanDuel. So I prefer that DraftKings price. Vegas thinks there's going to be 216.5 points scored in this game. This is a home game, a fast-paced game. Maxi Kleber's been on fire, so I like Maxi Kleber here versus the LA Lakers. Okay, moving on to the center position. I like Clint Capella from the Houston Rockets playing the Brooklyn Nets, who have the 5th worst defense overall, and they give up the 2nd most fantasy points to opposing centers. Big men versus Brooklyn, it looks like it's still a thing, and Clint Capella has scored 32.9 fantasy points per game on the season. He scored 46 fantasy points last game in 29 minutes. He's averaging 28 minutes per game on the season with a 19% usage rate. He's only going to be about 2% owned, projected at 37.8 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5.1 times value. He's 7,400 DraftKings salary and 900 more on FanDuel. Vegas thinks there's going to be 242 points scored in this game. Huge game total, fast-paced game, fantastic matchup, low ownership. So I like Clint Capella here versus the Brooklyn Nets. If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smiggity smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this NBA slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again, and good luck.